Hey everyone, I work for Health Sanitas, and welcome back to the Sanitas channel. If you're expecting or planning to be, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about the top 10 foods pregnant women should avoid to ensure a healthy pregnancy. You know I'm all about empowering you guys with knowledge, and when it comes to pregnancy, what you eat matters a lot. Your diet directly impacts your baby's development and your well-being. That tiny human inside of you needs the right nutrients to grow big and strong. Plus, let's be real, pregnancy can be tough on your body. Eating well can help you feel your best and prevent complications. We're gonna break it all down, make it super clear and easy to understand. So, grab a glass of water, gotta stay hydrated, get comfy, and let's dive into the top 10 foods to avoid during pregnancy. First up, let's talk about unpasteurized dairy products. I know, cheese is life. But hold on. Unpasteurized dairy can contain some unwanted guests like Listeria, a bacteria that can cause serious infections, especially during pregnancy. Listeria is no joke, guys. It can lead to miscarriage, premature birth, or even infections in newborns. And the worst part is, you might not even know you have it because the symptoms can be mild. So what falls under unpasteurized dairy? Think soft cheeses like brie, camembert, feta, and blue cheese. Raw milk is another one to avoid, even though it might seem natural or healthier. The good news is you don't have to give up dairy entirely. Pasteurized dairy products are perfectly safe and a great source of calcium which you and your baby need. Look for the word pasteurized on the label and you're good to go. Stick to hard cheeses like cheddar, Swiss, and mozzarella. Yogurt, especially the kind with live and active cultures, is also a great option. Next up, let's talk about seafood. Fish can be an excellent source of protein and omega-3 fatty acids, which are crucial for your baby's brain development. But here's the catch. Some fish contain high levels of mercury, which can be harmful to your baby's developing nervous system. We're talking about big fish like shark, swordfish, king mackerel, and tilefish. These guys are higher up on the food chain, so they accumulate more mercury in their bodies. Now, I don't want to scare you away from all fish. There are plenty of low-mercury options that are safe and healthy to eat during pregnancy. Salmon is a fantastic choice. It's packed with omega-3s and low in mercury. Other good options include shrimp, canned light tuna, limit yourself to 2 to 3 servings a week, cod, catfish, and tilapia. Remember, variety is key. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of low-mercury fish per week to reap the benefits without the risks. Alright, moving on to everyone's favorite breakfast staple, eggs. Eggs are a nutritional powerhouse, packed with protein and essential nutrients. But when it comes to pregnancy, there's one rule you need to remember. Cook those eggs thoroughly. Raw or undercooked eggs can harbor a bacteria called salmonella, which can cause food poisoning. While anyone can get salmonella, pregnant women are more susceptible to it, and the consequences can be more severe. We're talking about symptoms like fever, vomiting, diarrhea, not exactly what you want to deal with when you're pregnant. In some cases, salmonella can even lead to complications like dehydration and premature labor. So how can you enjoy eggs safely? Make sure the yolk and white are cooked solid. No runny yolks, no sunny side up. Scrambled, fried, poached. As long as they're cooked through, you're good to go. And remember to wash your hands thoroughly after handling raw eggs to prevent cross-contamination. It's always better to be safe than sorry, right? Let's talk about meat, a great source of protein and iron, both essential nutrients during pregnancy. But just like with eggs, we need to be extra careful about how we prepare our meat. Raw or undercooked meat can harbor parasites like Toxoplasma gondii, which can cause an infection called toxoplasmosis. Now, most healthy adults who contract toxoplasmosis don't experience any symptoms, but for pregnant women, it can have serious consequences for the baby. We're talking about potential birth defects, developmental delays, or even miscarriage. So how do we avoid this? Simple. Cook your meat thoroughly. When you're grilling those burgers or searing that steak, make sure the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius. Use a meat thermometer to be extra sure. And remember, it's not just red meat we need to be cautious about. Poultry, pork, and seafood should also be cooked to the appropriate internal temperature. Next up, let's talk about deli meats. I know, those cold cuts can be super tempting for a quick sandwich. But here's the thing, deli meats, even the pre-packaged ones, can be a breeding ground for Listeria. Remember Listeria? That bacteria we talked about earlier that can cause serious infections during pregnancy? Well, it loves to hang out in cold, moist environments, and deli meats fit the bill perfectly. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up your favorite sandwiches entirely. You can still enjoy deli meats, but you need to heat them up until they're steaming hot. This will kill off any potential Listeria bacteria and make them safe to eat. So next time you're craving a turkey and Swiss, just pop it in the microwave or oven for a minute or two before digging in. What do you think about these tips? Let us know in the comments below. Now let's move on to something a little more appetizing: fruits and vegetables. These are nutritional powerhouses packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber, all essential for a healthy pregnancy. But there's a catch: we need to make sure we wash them thoroughly before eating. Why? Because fruits and vegetables can sometimes harbor a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii, which can be present in contaminated soil. Remember toxoplasmosis? We talked about it earlier when we discussed undercooked meat. It's the same parasite and it can pose the same risk during pregnancy. So, how do we protect ourselves? Simple: wash those fruits and veggies. And I'm not just talking about a quick rinse. Scrub them under running water even if they have a peel. Use a vegetable brush to remove any dirt or debris and pat them dry with a clean towel. It's a simple step, but it can make all the difference. Let's talk about everyone's favorite pick-me-up: caffeine. I know, those morning cups of coffee are essential for some of us. But when you're pregnant, you need to be mindful of your caffeine intake. High levels of caffeine can cross the placenta and affect your baby's heart rate and sleep patterns. It can also contribute to low birth weight. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up caffeine entirely. Most experts agree that moderate caffeine consumption, up to 200 milligrams per day, is generally safe during pregnancy. That's about 1 12-ounce cup of coffee. But remember, caffeine is also found in tea, chocolate, and some sodas, so it's important to factor those into your daily intake as well. If you're a heavy coffee drinker, try gradually reducing your intake to avoid withdrawal symptoms. And if you're unsure about how much caffeine is safe for you, talk to your doctor. Alright, let's talk about alcohol. This one's pretty straightforward. There's no safe amount of alcohol during pregnancy. Alcohol can easily cross the placenta and affect your baby's development, leading to a range of physical, intellectual, and behavioral problems known as fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, FASDs. FASDs can cause a wide range of issues, including learning disabilities, behavioral problems, heart defects, and facial abnormalities. The effects of FASDs are lifelong and can have a significant impact on a child's quality of life. So, bottom line, if you're pregnant or even thinking about getting pregnant, it's best to avoid alcohol altogether. There's no room for risk when it comes to your baby's health. Let's talk about junk food. We all have our guilty pleasures, but during pregnancy, it's essential to make healthy food choices. Processed junk foods like chips, candy, fast food, and sugary drinks are loaded with empty calories, unhealthy fats, sugar, and additives. Not only do these foods offer little nutritional value, but they can also contribute to excessive weight gain, gestational diabetes, and other health problems. Excessive weight gain during pregnancy can increase your risk of complications like preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, and needing a C-section. So, what should you be snacking on instead? Opt for nutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, yogurt, and whole grains. These foods will provide you and your baby with the nutrients you need to thrive. Finally, let's talk about herbal teas. Now, while some herbal teas can be safe and even beneficial during pregnancy, others can be harmful. Some herbs can trigger contractions, interfere with medications, or have unknown effects on fetal development. It's always best to err on the side of caution and consult with your healthcare provider before consuming any herbal teas during pregnancy. They can help you determine which teas are safe and which ones to avoid. Some commonly consumed herbal teas that are generally considered safe during pregnancy include ginger tea for nausea, peppermint tea for indigestion, and rooibos tea, a caffeine-free alternative to black tea. However, it's crucial to emphasize that even these teas should be consumed in moderation and with your doctor's approval. That's it for today's video on the top 10 foods to avoid during pregnancy. Remember, making healthy choices during this special time is one of the best things you can do for yourself and your growing baby. If you have any questions or concerns about your diet during pregnancy, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. Stay healthy, stay informed, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment below with your thoughts and questions. Reach out if you have any health issues and stay tuned for our next video.